Hello everyone, this is Mukundan Raghavan, and in this video we are going to see one of the extremely powerful and fastest Python package manager and project manager. This name is UV, and this UV tool has been written in Rust language. And this tool has so many advantages. For example, this is a single tool to replace all your existing commands such as pip, piptools, poetry and different other tools. The main reason why people choose this tool is it is faster than all the other tools. It will be minimum faster than 10x to 100x. And also you can use project management with this tool by using the log file. And it not only helps us to manage the dependencies, but also install and manages the different Python versions. Whoever so much attached to the existing pip commands, they can still use the pip commands, just prefixing UV on that. And also it is available in all the systems such as Mac OS, Linux and Windows. And if you want to know who is actually supporting this tool, they are nothing but Astral and Ruff, the creators of the fastest linter of Python. So with these theory points, we will try to understand how to install this tool, how to create a project, how to create a virtual environment, and how to use some of the basic commands for that. For this, we will try to go to the VS Code and open the empty project. So here I want to install the UV. So I'm going to use the Windows shell command. I copied from the official website and going to the VS Code. Enter. UV command has been installed and the location is cuser folder .local bin. In order to use the UV command everywhere, you need to add this path to your system variable. Once you have added, you can use the UV command anywhere. For example, just type UV and enter. Now you can see all the possible combinations that you can use with UV. Once it's working, then we will start our project. Since you have seen this is an empty project, I want to initialize with a new project. For that UV init, enter. Within few milliseconds, you can see all the required folders in this project, such as .gitignore, .python version, the actual version being used in this project, and main.py, and obviously the project.toml file, which will give the project structure and dependencies. It will have the name, version, description, readme.md, and which Python version we are using, and all the dependencies. As of now, you might see this is empty because we have not added any dependencies. And also we have the readme.md file. In general, all the Python developers will create the virtual environment. For the same, I'm going to use the UV, VENV. Again, within few milliseconds, you have created the virtual environment. And in order to activate the virtual environment, I'm going to execute the activate. So .venv scripts. Since we are in the PowerShell terminal, I'm going to use the activate.ps1. Enter. Now you are in the virtual environment. Now let's see, I want to add the dependencies. UV add maybe pandas. Here you can see the pandas dependencies has been added within few milliseconds. Sometimes you might add directly onto the project.toml file. For example, I am adding Selenium in the file directly. Save it. Now you want to sync it. The name also easy. UV sync. Within few milliseconds, again, you have installed the Selenium. Imagine I want to remove it. So again, UV remove Selenium. It has been removed and also updated the main file. And you want to share this project with other people. Then in that case, you want to have the entire details about the dependencies. Not only direct dependencies, it should have the indirect dependencies as well with the version and also with the URL from where it was downloaded. For that, you will use the UV log. Then here you can see in the project, you will see the UV log file, which will have all the details about your versions or dependencies and sub dependencies. so that the other project or the application will use the exact versions from the exact URLs. Now let's say you want to manage the Python. So for that UV Python list, so that you can see all the Python those are available in your system. Now, for example, you can see I have Python for 3.11, 3.10, and even I have installed Python in Anaconda. But let's say I want to know which Python being used now. So for that, UV Python find. Since we have created the virtual environment, I'm using the Python from the virtual environment. And let's say I want to execute any of the Python script. For that, UV run and the file name, enter, you can execute as well. So now coming to the documentations. Here you can see Python versions. You not only list it and find it, you can also install the different Python versions and you can pin that Python version to your current environment and you can run the different scripts and you can manage the project. For example, UV init we have seen, UV add we have seen, UV remove we have seen, UV sync we have seen, UV log, UV run, UV tree. So let's see the UV tree. You want to see the tree view of your all dependencies. Then type UV tree and you can see the entire structure or a hierarchy. So that if you have any issues or if you want to know which are the other libraries indirectly being added to your project, you can see the UV tree command. And also if you want to contribute to the community, you can use UV build and publish. Apart from that, there are other options such as you can use the tools along with the UV. So with that, we can clearly understand UV is one of the replacement, or I could say best replacement for the current tools because of its faster output. And also we have other benefits such as project management and also Python version management. So with this, we have seen the basic understanding of the UV and the basic commands for that. And this is all about this video, and always be a rainbow in others cloud.